Welcome to Lawyer in the Kitchen. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. This is going to be our Christmas dinner. We're having family over. I'm going to make prime rib. I'm going to do a ham. Green beans have been cooking for 3 days with ham hocks. We got all kinds. We got pimento macaroni and cheese. You've got to try that. I have a video on that. It is fantastic. Mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, glazed carrots, all kinds of things. Can't wait for you to see what we've got and say Merry Christmas to all of you. All right, these are southern green beans. I've been cooking these for literally, this is the third day, and they're cooking down. The ham hocks are in there, look at that. And I'm gonna cook, these are gonna cook for another 2 or 3 hours. I'll just keep adding water. So we have the green beans are almost completely done. I got them in another pot for serving. And we have the pimento mac and cheese with bacon is ready to go. We've got the potatoes and the sweet potatoes cut up, sitting in cold water, waiting to go. These are the prime ribs. Look at these babies. Okay, we're going to rinse these off, pat them dry, and then add salt to them and then wrap them up. First, we're going to cut the bones off the roast because it'll make it much easier to carve this when it's done. But we want to have all the value of the bones, so we're going to tie them on there. You can have your butcher do that, and then, quite frankly, at the grocery store I went to, they actually did it. So I'm trimming up all the stuff off of there so it's nice and clean. The next thing we're going to do is wrap these in saran wrap and let them sit out for about an hour. But we're going to put salt on them first, a good healthy bit of salt. We're going to wipe this off after they've sat there for an hour before we put our herbs and seasonings on there. For the ham glaze, we've got honey, brown sugar, and balsamic vinegar. Going to slice this pineapple so it can sit up on the ham nicely. We're going to pin that down. We've got these cut in about, I don't know, I would say about 3/8 of an inch, a little less than a ½ inch. I've never actually done this before, but I think this looks kind of cool to put these on here like this. And the toothpicks, of course, they're going to burn up, but that's all right. We're getting the rosemary. We want to pull it off the stems because we're going to chop this up finely, but we don't want the hard stems in there. The thyme that we have is just fine because the stems aren't real hard on that. So now we're putting the herbs on the ribs all over, and of course we're going to use some olive oil to help hold it on. All right, we got these babies in the oven. They're going to be at 500 degrees for 15 minutes, and then we're going to turn it down to 325 until we hit our temperatures. And our temperatures are going to be about 122, 123 for the one that's medium rare, which will go up to about 130, and the other one will be higher. These mushrooms are getting close to being done, and they are going to be great. I'm taking the smaller roast out because I'm cooking this one medium. And so for medium, we want the end temperature to be around 140. So I'm taking it out at about 132, 133. So I'm putting the probes in the larger prime rib because it's time to get the measurements on those. We know it's not done yet. You don't have to put these in right away. The ham's looking great, and it's going to cook a little longer, and I'm going to go ahead and spritz it. We've got mushrooms, beans, carrots, and squash all on the stove getting ready to go. We got the peas, corn, and squash on the stove. We got shrimp on the counter, and the shrimp is perfect. I cooked this shrimp. Just as soon as it started to turn pink, I got ready to pull it out. I checked one, and then I put it in an ice bath. It was perfect. It's absolutely tender. This large roast is taking a little longer than I expected. Usually it's about 12 to 13 minutes per pound, but this is taking longer. But it was a 10-pound roast. Now we've got food on the counter, getting ready for everybody to eat. Marshall's making the mashed potatoes. We got squash and beans on the stove. Look at this ham on the counter. This is going to be tasty, and it is so juicy. Look at this. This is absolutely fantastic. I cooked this at 250, 275 degrees on the green egg because I ran out of oven. It actually ended up being fine because it had a little smoky flavor to it, and I used hickory. time to cut the strings off this roast and see what we got. Ah, look at these things. These are absolutely perfect, perfect, perfect. They're bleeding a little bit, a little scary on that. But you know what? They're perfect. And they will still continue to warm up a little bit. In fact, if I had it to do over again, I wouldn't let them sit so close to each other so that we keep them as rare or medium rare as I think they should be. But we've got something for everybody here. Thanks for spending part of the holidays with us. I hope you enjoyed watching what our family cooked, and I hope you try some of these dishes yourself. And I'll see you next time on Lawyer in the Kitchen.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright.